Hello Libra, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and it is time for your November reading. I've got the Orion's Animal Tarot here, and we also have a couple of oracle decks. Well, we've got the Green Witches Oracle deck, and then we've also got a Rune Magic rune deck. So as always, please take what resonates for you and leave the rest for another Libra. Everything that comes up today will be for you because this is a general reading for a general Libra audience. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's pull your oracle card here to frame. I do recommend, if you're into it, free will and all, checking out the videos for all of your major astrological placements. So like your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign for the most resonant advice. Okay, good. Let's scooch maybe a little bit. And let's grab your rune. Okay. We can handle that. Okay, so starting with your rune, we have Isa, which is the ancient sort of Nordic concept for ice or delay, suspension. It's kind of like winter when everything is frozen. That doesn't mean you won't get what you want, or your project won't happen, or your career is forever, dead, or your love life is dead, or whatever it is that you're going after won't happen. It just means suspended. It's a little bit like the Hanged Man in the tarot, or it's just not the right season for harvest. It is a good time for reflection or planning your next move, or maybe considering what didn't work, or getting better information, or plotting better action, that sort of thing. It just means maybe the weather. Let's see if we can get this in focus. It's just like when the weather is like the lake is frozen over, you can't go fishing until the temperature rises and the ice freezes, or you drill a hole and you have the right tools, sort of thing. It just takes a different kind of effort. Or, you can't plant seeds in the frozen ground. You have to wait for the right season to plant certain kinds of seeds, or you have to plant bulbs that don't sort of germinate or grow until the weather warms up anyway. So if you plant seeds in the plant bulbs, you just have to wait for their season to grow. So it can be a time for reflection. And similarly, your Green Witch's Oracle card here is, let's get that in focus. So it's about planning, setting your intentions, and having optimism that when the time is right, you'll be able to see the growth and then eventually have the harvest. This is not the time for the harvest, it's the time for the sowing of the seeds and planning your garden and like that. So it's for plotting, strategizing, planning your calendar, organizing your project, you know, those kinds of moves. So that's what's kind of framing up your tarot or framing up your month or this particular reading. And so let's see what the tarot has to say. So this doesn't necessarily have to be about your whole life. This could be about a particular project or a particular area of your life. There's some area or project or some piece that is in a planning or a reflection or a sort of delay phase. And let's remember too that in November, we've got Mercury retrograde, which can put delays and kind of cause information glitches and technical hang ups and stuff. So, just this is also a great reminder, too, that be sure to have backups and contingency plans for when Mercury goes full on. We're already entering the shadow as I'm doing this reading right now, and when we get full on into November, we'll start to actually be full on dealing with the retrograde. So, just a bit of foreshadowing there. But let's see what the tarot has to say. So, in the first column, which I kind of line up with roughly the first week of November, we have the Eight of Swords paired with the Two of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords is all about that kind of being stuck in your own insecurities. It's kind of that moment where, or not even a moment, but that inner world where you can be your own harshest critic. And sometimes it's related to having a critical parent or, if you were bullied as a kid, that stuff we take on from a bully that we take on through life that might not really even be true anymore, or it might not really matter in life, like appearance issues or the dumb stuff that bullies put on us that really don't even matter in the big picture, in the grand scheme of things, but can hold us back because in our career and in our romantic relationships, confidence matters, right? So this could be a good time for you to deal with some of those lies that are holding you back. It looks like with the Two of Pentacles, you're juggling a couple of projects. It could be the, day job and the artistic pursuit, or a day job and school, night school, adult school, something like that, or a second job that's helping you pay the mortgage or whatever it is. But the Two of Pentacles typically means that you're juggling a couple of things in order to advance your position in life. But the confidence thing, or those lies that get in the way of progress or showing up as our most confident self, can interfere with booking the role in the play that we want to be in, or joining that cosplay group we want to be a part of, or whatever your passion project is or your ambition is in life. We are always so much more than those stupid bullies or our critical parent wanted us to see in ourselves, right? Whether it's some critic from the past or your own perfectionism, you've got too much to accomplish to second guess yourself. So don't let the insecurities, wherever they came from originally, hold you back. Now, moving on to the next column, we have the World and the Ace of Pentacles, which is really pointing to a kind of a new beginning in terms of a new phase, a new chapter, a new project, possibly even a sense of a new you, kind of shedding a skin, shedding an insecurity, and moving into, this could be a new job. This could be moving into a new apartment or a new living situation. It kind of depends on, it's going to be different for different Libras. It depends on your own situation. But definitely it has that sense of setting new intention and having a sense of optimism for the future, and new beginnings energy is right here. The World card especially is a card that always comes up for me in the past when I did readings for like baby showers. It always came up for the mom to be. It's very much a card of new beginnings in terms of stepping into a new life, a new role in life, especially like when a person is about to become a mom for the first time. So something like that, or going back to college, or going to college for the first time, or a new role at the office, or something along those lines. So there's this sense in the second week, or roughly the second week of November, there could be some kind of a change, a new beginning, and a reason, again, to be hopeful and to see that kind of a new pathway open up for you. In the third week, or this third column here, we see the Wheel of Fortune with the Ten of Cups, which again carries on that sort of seed energy, this new beginning. The Wheel of Fortune really feels like a new cycle in terms of luck. You'll have a sense of new opportunities, maybe invitations coming your way, and especially since it's paired with the Ten of Cups. Cups tends to be the suit of our connections and feeling connected to other people, other groups. It could be in terms of a romantic relationship, but more likely it's in terms of like an association or a group, like a bowling league or a choir, or a team sport or something like that, an association with a group. So you might be invited to join a group, you made the team, joined that cosplay group, whatever, sort of your passion is. It could even be a political thing, a group of like-minded people. So feeling and feeling lucky, feeling wanted, feeling like you kind of found your tribe is kind of the sense in this column here, this third week in November. And then towards the end of the month, we see the Knight of Swords, which is typically news that requires change on your part. So this could be something like an invitation to an interview, maybe a job interview or an audition or something like this. It could be something of a legal nature, depending on your situation. Maybe you get it could be less than pleasant. It could be something like you get a speeding ticket or something that you have to deal with. But or it could be something where you need to deal with an ex, an alimony or child support, or negotiate and mediate, something like that. It could be something along those lines. It is paired with the Five of Cups, which does tend to be a card that recognizes some loss and also the need to kind of look towards the future and deal with what remains in order to kind of negotiate a new future or look forward to a new future. So for some Librans, this does kind of look like maybe negotiating something with an ex or a partner, or potentially it could be something on the job even, where maybe there's a loss in hours or a loss of duties, or there's some sort of restructuring and you have to work with your manager or corporate or something to kind of negotiate something that's not ideal or you had been comfortable and now there's a change in management, or it could be something like that that's, not what you had hoped for at the end of the month, something like that. Or it could be kind of the thing where, especially for those of us in the US, where we've got the Thanksgiving holiday and just kind of dealing with prickly relatives, and having to deal with invitations around the holidays, which can be dicey for those of us who have to deal with relatives that maybe are tricky to deal with. It could be something along those lines. But there's some sort of invitation that requires a response that, on your part, that isn't the worst. It isn't tragic, but it also isn't ideal and may bring up some feelings of annoyance and a feeling of some kind of sacrifice. Again, it's not a tragedy, it's just not ideal. So there we have it, Libra. We do have this sense of sort of, generally, there is a piece of strategy involved in a delay or suspension or something where the timing isn't yet ripe, but it's perfect for sowing seeds, setting intentions, planning ahead, planning your projects, coordinating calendars, that sort of thing. And also maybe doing a little bit of pruning some old concepts of yourself that don't really suit the true, beautiful, confident you as you juggle, your day job or your regular finances with kind of bigger life goals that you have. We do see some growth in terms of some new potentials or new opportunities opening up mid-month, and it's going to feel like a change of luck and a connection with some group or a group that really gets you, even though at the end of the month there is some sort of communication that requires a less than ideal response or negotiation. So, Libra, I hope this has been helpful. Please feel free to share, like, subscribe, comment if you enjoyed this reading. I thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, take good care. Bye for now.